guys, so I went ahead and I've seen ColourPop everywhere, all over YouTube. Everybody's using ColourPop, and I it just sounds fun, and I like the colors. So I went ahead and purchased some. I had email where they sent me $5 off, which is like a free eyeshadow. So I went ahead and used that. So I got an eyeshadow for free, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. This is what the inside of the box looks like. I love the ColourPop and the bright colors on the inside. It's got some foam to protect everything. I have opened it up and played with them a little bit to check out the colors, so they're not in their boxes anymore. But I will go ahead and show you guys what I got. I did get, this round I went ahead and got a bunch of bright colors and neons. The next time I order, I'll get some more neutrals. There is one that I am not impressed with. I had seen another YouTuber. She really liked this color, and I don't. It flakes. I'll go ahead and show you that one first and get that one out of the way. This one is Rumor Has It. Oh, it's from the Rumor Has It collection, Swan. It's a Super Shock Shadow in Stanton Luxe. And it's gorgeous. It is like this white base with a pretty shimmer to it. It's got a little bit of a pink and some silver flecks in there. It has like flecks of like glitter in there. They're small, but I find this one harder to apply. You have to, they're like a gel and a mousse, and they dry to a powder format, and I'm still figuring out how to use them. I like them with, I have this little dense brush. Um, it's really good for packing the color on them. So I like this brush. It works really well for the ColourPop. I know a lot of people say use your finger, but I'm having a hard time using my finger and getting a good color payoff. And I noticed that with the brush that I have here, it's working. And the brush that I got here, I got in a mineral set on eBay. Yeah, on eBay a long time ago. And it doesn't have a name or anything to it. So, okay, let me swatch Swan for you. I'm gonna do a couple layers so it builds up. This one has a lot of glitter fallout, and I know everybody says that ColourPop has, the glitter don't have fallout. They do. This one does anyways. This is the one that has like the most like chunks of glitter in it. It's pretty. It's really pretty. You can see the flecks of glitter in there, the silver, and it is gorgeous, like for an inner corner and whatnot. But it does have a lot of fallout. And it does say on here to keep them tightly closed, the containers, because you don't want it to dry out. And it does dry to a powder finish. It doesn't feel like wet or creamy or gel or anything like that on my skin. They're very blendable, but this one is easy to blend away all the glitter, and it has a lot of fallout. That's my biggest thing. I don't want fallout. That's kind of like the reason why I wanted to get these, because I was like, okay, you can have sparkle without fallout. So I'm gonna try some of the other sparkle ones, and we'll see how that works out. The next color I have is Dare, and it is a metallic. It is a beautiful purple. Swatch for it. They say to tap it. I don't really get a lot of color when I tap it. I'm gonna rub it in a circle, and I get a pretty decent color payoff right there. And then I rub it on my hand. This one is very light, so that's one swipe. Let me a little bit go over a couple times. There it is with a couple of it. So it's very buildable and very easy to work with. This one does not have the glitter fallout, but it does have some purple shimmers in there. It's very bright, very pretty. I really love this color. I love the rest of these. I love all of them. The one I was just disappointed with was the Swan, because it just had a lot of glitter fallout. And now I'm wiping the swatch off so I have room on my hand. And you can see there's just sparkle everywhere. And that's with wiping it with a white, with a makeup remover wipe. There's just sparkle left behind everywhere that I can't get off. So now my hand's sparkly for the rest of the day. Let's see, the next one I have is Erotic. And this is not for the eye area. So it probably has pigments in there. So this has to be like a pressed pigment or something. That's what I think they're what they're calling the ones that aren't eyeshadows, and they can't like give a finished name to it because certain pigments and whatnot that are safe for around the eye. A lot of the neons have that. This is a bright neon orange color. It's like an orangey red, and it has some orange shimmer in it. It's very pretty. Use it at your own risk. If you know what you can handle and you know what you can't handle. I can handle all kinds of stuff around my eyes, in my eyes, on my waterline. I use neons on a regular basis, so it doesn't bother me. Here's one swipe. Go over it a couple more times and build up the color for you. I know that I can handle this around my eyes, but some people have really sensitive eyes and some people can't handle it. So just be careful. That's the reason it's not FDA approved. Some colorants aren't FDA approved. Look at how bright that is. It's gorgeous, and you can see that orange shimmer. So just be careful. Know your limits. Know what your body can handle. I've been using neon pigments and whatnot for years, so I know that my body's okay with it. It'll be fine. But if the irritation does start to happen, don't use it anymore. Okay, the next one is a Super Shock pressed pigment, and it says not for the eye area either. This one's called Glow Sticks, and it is a bright yellow. It's not quite neon, but it's bright, and it has like a yellowish, silvery shimmer to it. It's completely gorgeous. That's just one swipe of the yellow. Let me go ahead and go over it a couple more times. They're very, very pretty, and it's actually erotica and this glow stick. They're pretty together. I like them side by side like that. Absolutely gorgeous, and they'll blend real easy. I played with them a little bit. I absolutely do love these shampoo. I will order more, and I'm interested in the blushes and the highlights. I just did a kind of a small order this time, and the eyeshadows are all $5. The blushes and highlighters are $8. The lippy sticks are $5 as well. And the blushes and the highlighters come in a bigger jar than this. It's like, bigger than this, so the $8, it's worth it. They're a really good price for the product, and they're really good product. The next one we have is Slave to Pink. Again, pressed pigment, not for the eye area. All the bright ones are going to say that. It is super bright. It's pretty neon. This one is so beautiful. Okay, here is one swipe of that. It is so pigmented. I don't have to go over it again. And it just was gliding on my hand. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Oh, it just glides like butter over your skin. Absolutely gorgeous. It's up here, right here. And that one is Slave to Pink. Absolutely beautiful. And those three colors actually look pretty nice together. I could do a look with that. Easy. And blend them together. Absolutely gorgeous. They do have a lot of colors to choose from on the website too. They have a lot of neutrals, but I love my neon. I can't get these swatches off my hand. Let's get this off so I can show you the rest of them. I got these wipes. Woo! These are stinging my hands like crazy, which is good if you're putting them on your eyes. They're not going to go anywhere. But I can't get them. These are exfoliating wipes from the Dollar Tree, and they're just like a rough material, but they're a lot more wet than the other ones were. And holy cow. Okay, that's my hand after. There's still like a tinge to it. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, I got 4 more. The next one is Ibiza, Ibiza, and this is a shadow, and it's pearlized. Gorgeous. This is well done. I just threw it across the room. Okay. Sorry. It's a beautiful, like, aqua teal color. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has, like, a blue shimmer to it. This is just one swipe on my hand. It's very pigmented, too. I'm going to go over it 2 times. Gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And you can see the shimmers on it. Completely beautiful. I'm very happy with these shadows. I love them so much. And I've had them put in the box. I've had them for like a week or two now, and they've been in the box because I've been waiting to film this video, and I haven't used them as much as I want. I've swatched them, and I think I've used a couple, but I've set them aside and kind of forgotten about them until I was ready to do the video. So now I can get to using them a little bit more. Okay, the next one I have is Coconut. It's a pearlized. It is like this dark blue with purple and blue shimmer. It's very pretty. On the website, though, their colors are a little bit off. I know with screen pigments and adjustments and whatnot. There's like one swatch, and I'll go over it some more times. I know like your resolution and whatnot can be different on screens, but this one really looked like a dark aqua teal color, and the Ibiza one looked more of a neon teal color. So the colors are actually darker than what they're coming on the screen. Actually, all of these came off darker. I thought that Glow Sticks was going to be a neon yellow. It is bright, but it's not a neon. On the screen, it did look neon, and then there was another one I got. I'll show you in a minute. It's a green, and it looks like a completely neon lime fluorescent green. And when I got it, it's not. But now, after I placed my order, they have one online that is like a fluorescent neon green that I'm very interested in that I want to buy. So probably my next order, I'll get like a blush, a highlighter, that fluorescent one, and then a couple neutrals. Okay, so there is Coconut, which I don't understand the whole coconut thing because it's very dark, but it's completely beautiful. Very, very pretty. The next color I have is Too Shy. It's a pressed pigment. It does not say anything about not using it by your eyes. But this one is like, it's like a blue tone, purple tone, and it shifts the blue and it shifts the purple. It's really, really pretty, and it's really hard to describe it. It's very gorgeous. It's blue and purple, like periwinkle. Here is, this one's kind of splotchy. That's one swipe. Let me go back over it 2 more times. Okay. I'll be living in an apartment for much longer. But this one is very splotchy. But it's a beautiful color. You just have to build it up and work with it very lightly. Be very careful with it. Because it is like, as I'm pushing on it and pressing it into the skin, and now I'm tapping it, but it made like some splotches and some streaks. So, and that's with 3 coats total. And here it is. It's very, oh, the pink's not picking up on the camera. So it's like this periwinkle color, but it's got like this pink shift to it. It's not picking up on the camera, which is making me sad, but it's very, very gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. And then the last one I have for you today is Fizz. And this is the pressed pigment, again, not for the eye area because it's a neon, a bright kind of neon. This green, it's coming off darker on camera than what it really is, but it has like a silver shimmer in it. And I wanted to say gold, but maybe not. Nope, it's like a bright lime green with a silver shimmer in it. This one you have to build up a little bit. It is, let me get it for you. It's the bad part of my hand. It's like right in here. That's the one swipe. Build it up a little bit and get it better for you. See it? Okay. There we go. Right here. Here's Fizz. So it's this bright green color with like a bright lime with silver shimmer in it. I absolutely do love these color pops, and I do recommend them. I will link the website below if you're interested in them. I'd gone into Sephora last week or the week before, and I had asked the girls if they had heard of it, and they've never heard of it. I know they don't sell them in Sephora. I think the only place you can get them is colourpop.com, COLOUR pop.com, and I recommend checking it out. It's a very good product. They're very affordable for an eye and so different, and I love makeup that's unique and different and does different things. And it really does dry to a powder. And now it does, like, I'm rubbing it and it is rubbing off onto my finger, but it does dry to a powder finish. It doesn't have any like greasy residue. It doesn't stay wet. And that's my thing with like glitters and whatnot. If they're in a wet base, like a gel base or a cream base, I don't want them to stay wet. I don't want them to stay gel and creamy once I put them on and then they sit there and crease up and whatnot. These are not supposed to crease up, and everybody I see on there is using eye primer, which I suggest. And I know to make some of the neon ones pop, or the bright ones, whatever you want to call them, pop a little bit more. Use like a white sticky base. I have like a NYX Jumbo Cream in Milk, or LA Colors has a white one. Sephora has a white one. I know there's a few others, but just, put that on over your eye primer and then put the ColourPop on and it'll make it pop even better. And these are, and even though they're a creamy gel consistency, they are made to be worn without having to set them. You don't need to put powder on top of them to set them. They set themselves, and you can layer them with powder. You can layer them on top of powder, you can layer them under powder, but they are made to be so you don't have to put a powder on them. And quite frankly, I don't think I would want to cover these up with powder. I would use like a black powder like in the crease and maybe like a lime green and a yellow on the lid, but I would not cover the yellow with another yellow powder. I would keep the color that it is. They're gorgeous. They are very pigmented. I absolutely love them. So I thought I would share that with you guys.